Hello folks! The Energy Amplifier event is almost over and the new Windtrace event is replacing it. This one is the hide and seek minigame and is actually quite fun. To play this minigame, you need to talk to Gygax in Mondstadt. The game will be 1 hunter versus 3 rebels. The rebels are the hiders and the hunter is the seeker. You will also have new abilities to replace your normal attack, elemental skill, and elemental burst. I will talk more about those abilities later. You can get up to 420 Primogems as well as a name card. You can also get some bonus Mora by completing some challenges. 4 of these challenges are very easy to get. The only one that's difficult is to win as a rebel without using a disguise. There are 5 different maps that the event can take place in. There's also a different amount of points or coins you get depending on how you do. But you don't really need to worry about it too much. You'll get plenty of coins as you play. Once you start the match, make sure you accept the invite. Once in the loading screen, you'll get to choose your loadout as a hunter or a rebel. You can also change your character. If you're a rebel, I recommend choosing the smaller characters because it's easier to hide. It doesn't matter too much if you are using a disguise, but if you aren't, then being small really helps out. You have 2 skills that replace your normal attack: Transparency and Lay Bait. Transparency turns you invisible for 3 seconds. I find this skill useful in 2 occasions. The first is at the beginning when you don't want the hunter to find out which direction you're going. The second is when a hunter has found you and is chasing you. That is actually kinda rare because most of the time the hunter will just catch you when you're in range. Lay Bait lets you place extra items on the map. If the hunter tries to capture those by mistake, he'll get blinded for about 1 second. Your elemental skill is now Disguise. If you tap it, you become one of the random objects. If you hold the skill, you'll be turned back to normal. And your burst is Star Step. This greatly increases your move speed for 30 seconds. And once you finish your loadout, make sure to click the ready button on the bottom right. Here is me with a rebel game that I won without using a disguise. The trick as a rebel for most of these maps is to hide in high places. It makes it difficult for the hunter to catch you since they need to climb up themselves. And that will give you a chance to jump down if they do. I pretty much just head to the top of the mountain near the edge and just wait here the whole time. Oh, you should also remove your pet since it makes it easier for the hunters to find you. I keep my eye out for the hunter, which you can see on the minimap. It's the claw mark icon. I'm gonna fast forward here since there's not much action right now. And you can see the favor is dropping down. Whoever gets this first will get a burst. Everyone else will not have any for the whole round. 1 favor will drop on the map when there's about 2 minutes left. It's kinda risky to grab it as a rebel, but if you do, you'll help your team a lot because you'll be denying the hunter their burst.
Waiting for you.
You can see the hunter grabbed it and used his burst. This burst puts a beam of light on all rebels for 20 seconds to allow the hunter to find them. It looks like he was busy chasing the other rebel and did not notice me. Guess I can just stay up here until time runs out. And after 3.5 minutes, we got the victory as rebels. You get about 500 to 600 coins for winning a match, so it's pretty easy to reach your cap for the day. Now let's look at the hunter point of view. If you're a hunter, I recommend changing to a tall character so you can run faster. You have 2 skills to choose from on your normal attack. Mysterious Hunt will point towards the direction of a rebel. However, this has a cooldown of 45 seconds, which is very long. The second skill is Sensor Aura. This will scan the area around you. If there's a rebel within that AoE, you'll get an exclamation point above your head. This scan can detect rebels that is very high above you as well, which makes this very helpful to find players using the height trick that I mentioned earlier. Your elemental skill is Capture. Use this near a rebel to catch them. And for your elemental burst, you have 3 options. Hunter's Intuition will choose a random rebel and mark them with a pillar of light for about 60 seconds. They will also show up on your minimap. Insight will mark all the remaining rebels, but it'll only last for 20 seconds. It's very hard to catch multiple rebels within that small amount of time. And Imprison and Curse will select one random rebel and remove their disguise as well as make it so they cannot move for 40 seconds. This burst pretty much lets you catch any rebel since 40 seconds is a long time to not move. I always pick between the first one and the third one. Insight I don't feel is that good. And once you finish your loadout, make sure to click the ready button on the bottom right. So as a hunter, I noticed Diona disappeared on the right side, and Sucrose disappeared shortly after as well. Since the invisibility only lasts 3 seconds, they should still be in that area. I messed up a little by wasting the first mysterious hunch. Now I'm just going around randomly until the cooldown comes back. Oh, and this is what being imprisoned looks like. You're pretty much stuck in place for 40 seconds. This time I actually went to the direction the hunch led me to. And lucky for me, I got 2 rebels at the same time. This is why you should not hide next to each other as rebels. It makes it easier for the hunter to find you. And I remember Sucrose started on the right side, so I'm just gonna go there and see if she is still around. And it looks like she never left. I won this match in 1 minute and got over 700 coins. And that's pretty much the event. Just have fun and don't stress out. I will make a guide later to show tips on how to win without using a disguise for each stage. But for now, have fun searching and hiding, Traveler.